Hello there. How are you doing today? It is time for another Black Book playthrough. Gameplay. Narrated playthrough. Gameplay. Let's do it. Are you ready? No, I said, are you ready? Okay, here we go. Defeat foes in Udun. Get a kill, foes in Udun. I'm on my burglar. Love my burglar. And let's do this. Let's find foes and let's kill them. Then we'll read through and see what's up. It's been a while since I did Black Book on my burglar, so I don't know what's up. But I'll find out. I won't be doing any side quests at all. I want to do the Black Book, and so I won't be accepting any side quests. Since the new update is coming soon, I just want to play through the content of the Black Book so I can continue the Black Book story in the next update. Defeat foes. 3 down, 5 to go. Let's see. Let's go from stealth. Let's see how hard we can hit him. Wow, one shot. Yes. Three more. One more. And here we go. Search Udun for the forges of Mordor. Search Udun for the forges of Mordor. Alright. There's no more narration at the moment, so I'll do it when we get to talk to someone. But so far the instruction is to go and search the forges of Mordor. I have my tea here. Do you want some tea? No? Ah, love tea. Forges of Mordor. They should be up there on the right side. Yeah, they're up there. On the east side of the map. No, wait, west side of the map. Not east. Let's go, Hobbit. Also, do you guys like my Hobbit? He's gift wrapped. It's a gift wrapped Hobbit. HQ. Oh, he attacked me, but I parried it. Although my war steed did take a hit. On my way to Mordor. Mordor is usually where we go to do the dailies to kill the lesser fire grims. In one of the dailies I was wondering what the fire grims actually are supposed to be. Okay, here we go. We are gonna meet up with Rogren. How fared you on the journey into Udun? I must admit, I faced more foes than I believed I would, but I proved stronger than they. I took the weapon from one of the orcs I slew, and noted its craftsmanship. I would not have expected such a fine blade in the hands of one such as he. Perhaps he was a commander of some sort. Do the orcs organize their armies and fighting companies in the same fashion as the men of Gondor? These questions are pointless. What matters is this: he's dead, and I'm not. and I have come to the forges from which the sword may have been made. Let us ensure that no more of its kind come forth to trouble us. Push over some of the anvils here, and render them difficult to use. That will slow down any production of further weapons, and help our efforts in Odun. You're absolutely right, Rogren. That is exactly will do, and that's a good plan. So definitely, let's start throwing down the weapons so they are not able to use them against us. Um, so let me get on that. Let me hide and sneak past these mobs so they don't see me. It's really important. I don't want to be caught here in the enemy territory. Oh, I saw an anvil. Let me try to destroy it. There, I destroyed it. Let me destroy four more. Rogner has a great plan. Like, we don't want the enemy to use these weapons against us, so yes, definitely, but let's destroy them, because we just entered into Mordor. Although Sauron is destroyed, all his allies and servants are still here, and they are still fighting us, and we have to overcome them. So the first step was great in destroying the weapon anvils that they make the weapons on. So, great plan. Let's go back to our friend Rogren here. Well done, my friend. Let us see those orcs try to forge new weapons now. We have at least made it more difficult for them to do so, if not outright impossible. While you worked to accomplish that task, I stood on the cliff's edge and beheld a rather large movement of orcs and trolls moving from south to north on the floor of the valley. Perhaps you can see what they are up to, Baggins says. It will be nothing good, that much is certain, but there may be treasure in it, or knowledge worth having. Any enemies you defeat while you search will also help others among our soldiers, and will be no waste of effort. I saw that group of orcs and trolls in the basin of the Vale, northeast of the crag on which Durthang stands, if you wish to investigate. I will do that. Well, thank you for the guiding, and I'll see you soon, Rogren. You take care of yourself now. You're in enemy territory, and you better be careful. You don't want to be caught at unawares. And let me go and investigate. I'm on my way to investigate what is this large company of orcs that is making its way down. We have to we might have to defeat some foes and search the basin where the group of orcs traveled. It will be northeast of Durthang. Okay, I see. Here might be the group of orcs. So let me try to Oh wow, he stunned me. How dare this troll. Have you ever seen a hobbit take on a troll? Well, now you have. We have to kill one more foe. There we go. We have to go back to talk to Rogren again and update him with the information we received in this area. So let us ride swift and go back to Rogren and see and tell him all we found out in this spot. And let me have a sip of my tea. And let's cancel this quest. We do not want any distractions. We only want to finish the Black Book of Mordor. Okay, Rogren, my friend, I am back. Did you find the group of orcs and trolls I saw from the height? You tell the Rogren that you found a number of dead orcs and trolls, and it seems they argued among themselves and died from the infighting. How very like orcs, Baggins says. I do not doubt that they would pose more of a threat if they could work together, but their penchant for squabbling leaves them vulnerable to their own fellows. They are weak-minded creatures, and in the absence of Sauron, they do not know what to do. Still, we should not underestimate them, for they can pose a threat to us in great enough manner and in enough numbers. Ah, that reminds me. Did you see Arnold while you traveled? When you tell him you did not, Rogren frowns. I climbed up here with him, but he left shortly afterwards, and has not returned. I hope he's all right. Well, I hope he's all right as well, Rogren. It's troublesome that he left you like that. He should not have. But I am sure we can find him. Don't you worry. I'll look for him, and if you haven't found him, I'll try to find him. Did you speak to Anot in Kirith Gorgor? As we traveled into Udun, he spoke to me of his ancestors, the Thandrim, and told me all their sad story. He holds in his heart the grief of their deaths, though most of them died more than 1,000 years ago. He desired to go to the fortress of Durthang, which was their watchpost, and reclaim it from any orcs who possess it. I thought they were courageous words, but as I look out at the dark skies over the Gorgoroth, I wonder if there was a touch of the fool in them. Anot may be in the right, but he is one man only, and Durthand could be filled with orcs. Yes, you must find him, if he still lives, and try to dissuade him from the course. I told you before, I desire wealth and treasure, and I do not understand those who seek anything else. This course of Anot strikes me now as foolish in the extreme. The fortress of Thandrim is in the southeast of us. See it there, towering over the vale? It was called Durthand once, but I do not know what the orcs call it now. Find Anot and remind him, and render him what aid you can. I will go to rejoin the men of my company, and we will see what treasures await further within Mordor. That's a good plan, Rogrin. I'll go find Anoth and try to help him in any way I can, although I am just a little hobbit from Shire. But I'll do the best I can, so farewell, friend. Oh look, I see Anoth. There you are. Your friend Rogrin was worried sick wondering where the heck you went.
Careful, friend. I have already drawn the ire of the orcs.
Careful, Bagginses. I've already drawn the ire of the orcs that defend this fortress, and they have sent a number of arrows my way. I returned the favor and slew two of the beasts from great range. They are remaining watchful. This was once Durthand, the fortress from which the Thandrim kept watch on Udun. It is called Durthang now, in mockery of its original name. That is another insult for me to avenge, and I will do that. Would you hear the tale of Thandrim? I would recount it to you, so you will know why I want Durthang taken from the orcs. The tale is emblazoned in my memory. It will be a simple matter for me to tell it to you, so well is it known to me. Well, definitely tell me the story of what happened here, Anoth. I'm really interested in knowing. And then I'll further understand your reasoning behind wanting to take Durthang back from the orcs and reclaiming it, and we can call it Durthand again.
I will tell you the tale.
After the last lines of men and elves. Oh, reminds me of Galadriel's monologue or prologue from The Lord of the Rings. Last lines of men and elves march against the armies of Mordor, and on the slopes of Mount Doom they fought for the freedom of Middle-earth. But here we go. After the last lines of men and elves defeated Sauron and razed his tower to the ground, a watch was placed on Gorgoroth. The men of Gondor built many fortifications within Mordor, such as the towers at the Black Gate, the Shadow Guard of Osdathur, and Durthand. For more than 1,000 years, the Thandrim maintained the vigil on Mordor, but even the most important watches must wane. We are entering the story to see what happens now. So after the last alliance of men and elves defeated Sauron, the Gondorians placed a watch on it. They have made towers so to keep a watchful eye on Mordor and see all the activity going on in there. And the Thandrim were part of that company who were handed the task of guarding Thandrim. Guarding Durthand. I have heard tales of the bravery of the Thandrim for all my life. They were a shining light of Gondor's goodness, blazing within the shadows of Mordor. See them now, where they stand, defiant and bold. I can see so clearly, Bagginses. Durthand, the Black Shield, proud fortress of Thandrim. It has been assailed many times, but still it stands in defiance of Mordor. I see the features of men whose names my family honors to this day. Banner the steadfast, who never speaks falsely. None had the quick, a fighter of unmatched speed. And most clearly of all, Halanon, from whom I trace my lineage. We must not despair, that is the weapon of the enemy. says Halanon. In Gondor today, he's known by another name. The Survivor. 1 year before the fall of Durthang, assassins creep into the towers at the Morannon. Every man of Gondor within the Morannon is slain. Banner, Halanon, we are cut off from Gondor. No one can reach us. Then we are alone. The morale of the defenders flags with these tidings. King Eärnil tries to send in reinforcements to Durthand, but they cannot pass the Black Gate. The Thandrim do not know this, of course. They believe themselves abandoned. Food stores run low, and hunters fall to starvation. There are distasteful rumors, but I do not believe them. I have tarried over long in the tellings of my story. I will hasten the tale. By the onset of the winter, few only among the Thandrim survive. This is when the forces of Mordor came once again to Durthand. Three only there are, but they are figures out of nightmare. Two are the beings we have come to know as the Nazgul, the ringwraiths of Sauron. The third may have been a man once, but through the foul sorceries of his master in the Dark Tower, he has become something else. He is Oggrohor, the captain of the pits. He comes now to Durthand with an offer. What do you mean, or what do you want, Oggrohor? State your business and go. Where are the rest of your men? This cannot be all that remain. There are more within the keep. What do you want? These men can barely stand. Your supply of food must be gone, or nearly so. I am moved to pity. You cannot think to hold this fortress any longer. Allow me to grant you this boon in recognition of your proud defiance. Surrender to me now. Ha 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 ha! You're a fool if you think we will. I might come back in a day with the same offer. I might come back in a month or in a year. Will you still be alive to accept my offer? Surrender to me now, and I will grant you safe passage back through the Black Gate. The fortress is lost. Grant me this place, and you need not perish in its defense. Should they have refused? Every man they knew, Oggrohor was a liar. But the pit of despair into which they had fallen could not be summoned. They had been hardy men once, but a year of starvation and fear must have taken its toll, no doubt. Their fear was made stronger by the presence of the Nazgul. But I can understand the draw of even the faintest of hope in that dark pit. The Thandrim surrendered to Oggrohor. Durthand was lost. Wow, that's a sad tale you told me, friend. I'm sorry to what happened to your ancestors. The Thandrim cast aside their weapons and beneath Ugrukhor's watchful gaze, they marched to the Mranan, now held by the orcs. The gate opens, 60 men, all that remained of Thandrim, pass through the gate. At a signal from Ugrukhor, the archers on the halls fill the air with death. All of the Thandrim were slain save one. The survivor, obviously. Why, you vile creature, why do this? They passed the Black Gate unharmed. I promised nothing afterward. Why let me live? Go to your city. Go to your white city. Tell them a new captain rules the pit. And Halanon runs away to the city, the sole survivor of Durthang. This is the story of the Thandrim, Baggins says. Only Halanon survived, and his account is kept in the archives of Minas Tirith. It is Trenan Bronad, the survivor's tale. I say the tale is ended, but that is not truly so, Baggins says. Halanon's descendants, the sons of Survivor, did not forget the Thandrim. Neither did Ugrukhor forget them. The years and the centuries passed. From time to time, scouts from the White City would find that Ugrukhor had been in Gondor. He had left one of the cloven shields of the Thandrim behind. There were reminders of his cruelty. Even now, 1,000 years later, he leaves them still. Even 1,000 years later, he leaves them still. Now you know the tale. Indeed, I know the tale now. Thank you for telling me, Anot. And can't imagine how you're feeling right now. And I'll do what I can to help you reclaim Durthang and make it Durthang again. And so it was that only one of the Thandrim came alive out of Mordor that day. Halanon survived, but he was ever changed, and he swore to avenge his fallen friends and kin. He never did. But on his deathbed, he asked his sons to remember what had happened to Durthang, and to swear that they would do what he had not. But the years passed, and the sons became fathers, and their sons became fathers, and they told the story of the Thandrim, but they did nothing to avenge them. It seemed that Mordor and Ugrukhor would escape judgment. Anot's eyes are lit by a bright fire. But then it happened, Baggins says. The hosts of the west arose and defeated Sauron's armies in battle. The borders of Mordor were breached. Sauron was destroyed. Can this be anything other than the vengeance of the Thandrim, long delayed but finally delivered? It is indeed the vengeance. Your patience all these years was finally answered, and finally you were able to breach the gates of Mordor and come into this black land. So definitely it was I think this was the hour appointed for this to happen, and it was thanks to one of my kin, Frodo Bagginses of the Shire, who's a cousin of mine, albeit a distant cousin of mine. So he's the one who did it. So you're right, and well, I guess you're welcome as well. I like to take some claim, being a hobbit, you know. But enough about me. Tell me more. Ugrukors betrayed the Thandrim more than 1,000 years ago, but my heart tells me that he still lives, either through some dark art of Sauron's or some other vile sorcery. Whatever the means of his persistence, I am glad of it, for it means he will know who is responsible for his undoing. But worry not, I have not abandoned my caution, as I know Rogren feared. I do not want to ruin this with haste. I have seen orcs on the walls of Durthang, but not so many as must have been stationed here during the war. I think Durthang does not have many defenders, as the orcs want us to think. Let us enter the fortress and see what is going on inside, Bagginses. Defeat enemies inside Durthang, and if there are prisoners in the dungeons, we shall set them free. They may know where I can find Ogrokor. You are absolutely right. I'll definitely do that. I'll help you. As I told Rogrin that I'll help you, so I'll go inside Durthang. Being a hobbit and sneaky, I can go past much of the mobs and enemies and orcs and escape their gaze, and I can kill them from stealth. And so I'll kill some enemies for you, and we'll try to see if there is any way we can find out where Ugrukor is, um, since I want to help you take vengeance on it. Okay, let me kill these orcs. They are no match for a mighty hobbit like me, right? Right? Tell me I'm right. Of course I'm right. There we go. We have defeated 8 orcs. And now I'm thinking what my next move should be. Oh, Anoth mentioned that we should try to find out if there are any prisoners in Durthang and see if we can find any information about Ugrukor, so that my friend Anoth can take revenge for the slaying of his kin. I think these are the dungeons where the enemy keeps his prisoners, or the enemies keep their prisoners. Let me open this cell door and free this poor soul inside, rotting in the cells of Durthang. I'm afraid he does not know anything. It's okay. This prisoner is already dead. I'm so sad to see that. We better go deeper inside. Go downstairs to see if we can find any alive. There is an alive prisoner. We'll free him as well. Yes, this is real indeed. I have come to free you. Go live your life in peace. Here's another prisoner who's looking really old. You have the thanks of Iorzen, stranger. Iorzen? He went away. Anoth, I don't know what to say. I didn't find any information so far. But there was this guy called Iorzen. He came out and he just ran away, and he said, I have his thanks forever. Wait, Bagginses. What did he say his name was? Eorzan? I know that name. Eorzan the Vili was a Kundalar leader who fought against Gondor. It is one thing to free the downtrodden of their captivity, but there was no villager or farmer. But that was no villager or farmer. That was a battle-hardened Easterling warrior. He has slain soldiers of Gondor and rangers of Ithilien both. You have to get him back. He may still be somewhere in Durthang. Search in the northeast corner of the forest, and I will search to the west. If we hurry, we might be able to catch him before he escapes and does further injury to Gondor. Oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? I have released a known enemy of Gondor who killed many Gondorians as well as rangers of Ithilien. What have I done? I'll go fix this mess I made. I'll go try to search the northeastern section of Durthang to see if we can catch this guy before he escapes us and does more harm and cause more harm to the people of Gondor. We have to go to the northeastern section, so I think it's this way. Might be downstairs though, so let's open it up. I might have to escape these and jump down. Durthang's Vault Guard. Oh my goodness, what beast and monstrosity is this? He looks like Stephen Wolf from the Justice League movie, right? Same helmet. Let's look. But he looks dangerous. I'm kind of afraid for my well-being, but I have to fix the mistake I made because I accidentally released a non-criminal who was in the cells, and I released an enemy of Gondor into the open, so I have to do something. That Easterling wretch got the jump on me, but I gave him as good as I got. Not enough to stop him from rooting around in the vault, but he will be good as dead before he's gone a dozen steps from the fortress. My boys will stick him full of arrows. The trinket he took from the vault won't do him no good. He won't know how to use it. Good riddance to that vile thing, and to the Easterling too. You must be in league with him, and now you will die same as he will. Hey now, calm down, tiger. No, I won't die. You don't know how tough the hobbits are. Take that. I have to go find Arnoth. He must be outside Durthang trying to find this escaped prisoner and trying to fix my mess which I made in releasing this Easterling soldier out into the open. I'll have to go fix it. I hope I can find it. I do not want him to kill any more Gondorian soldiers or the rangers of Ithilien. I have to go look for him. But let me find Arnoth first. Maybe he knows where he went. Arnoth, where are you? I don't see you. You there, Arnoth? Ah, I see Anand, thank goodness.
My husband fled.
Bagginses! I saw Eorzin fleeing from the fortress, but I was not able to catch him. Some of the archers up above fired at him, and never have I wished for arrows to hit their quarry so much as I wished for it then. But he was nimble, he got away. You tell Anod that Eorzin stole an artifact of some kind from the vault of Durthang, but you don't know what it was. That is bad. We need to find him before he does real harm. And what might he have taken from the vault?
I do not know why Hiorzen was imprisoned, but we
I
need
do
to
not know
find him.
why Eorzin was being held captive in the dungeons of Durthang, but it doesn't change the fact that he was responsible for the deaths of many good people during the war, Bagginses. I feel responsible for setting him free, so I need to track him down. I would appreciate your help with this. You don't have to ask for my help. I'm giving it to you because it was my fault as well that he escaped because I opened the door when he escaped. So I was responsible as much as you were. So I'll help you as much as I can. I saw him disappear around the rocks of the northeast. He must be heading for the Eisenmouth, the gate in Karak Angren that bars passage from Udon to Dor Amarth. He must be trying to bring the artifact he stole deeper into Mordor. I think you're right. I'll mount my horse and I'll try to get him. I'll try to catch him. Uh, so I hope to see you soon, Arnold, and I will fix this, I promise. I'll catch him and I'll bring him to justice and I'll do all I can. Farewell, friend. Now we are on our way to find Eorzin because he stole an artifact from Durthang, and we don't know what he is going to do with it or what type of artifact it is. But we do know that we have to stop him, and Arnold thinks that he might have went further into Mordor, so now we are on our way to Eisenmouth to see if he's there. If he's there, I'll try to find him and take that artifact from him. But if he's not, I'll have to do what I can to fix this mistake I made in releasing him. It was my mistake. He escaped because I opened the door, and this little hobbit has to fix his mistake. So now I'm on my way to Eisenmouth, going as swiftly as I can to reach Eorzin and hopefully track him down and find him and capture him. He did not look like an Easterling. He was dressed all weird. I thought he was just a really old man rotting in this prison cell. So I released him thinking that it's a good thing I'm doing, but apparently not. You have to be careful who you trust in these lands. In the land of shadow, in the black land of Mordor. But yeah, this is Mordor if you have never seen it before. We are inside Mordor. How cool is that? Sauron is destroyed, but his allies are still at large, and they are still putting up a fight, and we are doing all we can to, fix Mordor or look, kill these enemies, save Mordor. Okay. I don't know where he went, and I think I can't track him anymore. So I'll have to interrogate one of these trolls and orcs to see if they know. they did not know anything. Let's see if this guy knows anything. No, he does not know anything either. Let me see if the other guy knows anything. He did not know anything either. I think he did know something. Let me see, I found a note from him. Let me see what he says. Maybe that will explain. To the captain of the pit, Ugrukor, Lord of Durthang. My guards did the best they could, but we can't shut the eyes and mouth as you commanded. The blast of the heat from the mountain bent and twisted the doors, and now they cannot be fully shut. Some few passed through before we received your command, but we have now turned away orcs and easterlings alike. None will get past us. I will send this message to you with one of my finer runners. May he reach you quickly. Keeper of Karak Angran. Interesting. That is interesting. Interesting that these orcs are trying to shut the rest of Mordor for orcs as well as Easterlings alike. They don't want any more of the people getting in, people or orcs. Are orcs people? I don't know, you tell me. Orcs are people too? Do orc lives matter? Okay. So now we know. We found the note that their plan is to shut off the rest of Mordor so no one can pass through. And another important thing we learned is Ugrukor is still alive and commanding. He is the master of the pit. And I think my friend Anoth will be happy to learn that so he can avenge his ancestors. What is this? Did Eorzan come this way? You show the message you recovered to Anoth, and he considers it for a moment. This is very interesting, Bagginses. Ugrukor must have commanded these orcs to close the eyes and mouth, but the doors were ruined in the blast from Orodruin and the upheavals of Mordor. They could not shut them all the way. Fortuitous enough for us, mayhap, but even more so it seems that they have turned Easterlings away and not permitted them to pass the gate without the permission of Ugrukor. Did they turn Eorzan away? Is he still in Udun? Search Udun for an Easterling camp. There is one, Rodvor. Somewhere to the north he may try to return to his people. Okay, you're right. So from the note it's pretty clear that they haven't allowed any of the Easterlings to pass through. So it might mean that our friend, or not, I shouldn't say friend, this Eorzan fellow might still be in Udun, so I'll definitely check out this Easterling camp. But I'm afraid, being a hobbit, I do require meal, and I'll have to take some break from helping you. I'm sure I'll do it as soon as I've eaten. So a hobbit desires meal. So I thank you for the company, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye for now, Anoth, my friend.